Hey guys, welcome back to Respawn and Replay on the next video in the series of Do I Wish I Played This? And it is on Metroid Zero Mission. Bit of background, Metroid Zero Mission is a 2004 action-adventure game developed and published by Nintendo for the Game Boy Advance. It is a remake of the original Metroid on the NES, which came out in 1986, with updated visuals and gameplay. Like other Metroid games, the player controls the bounty hunter Samus Aran. Samus travels to the planet Zebes after learning that the space pirates are experimenting with Metroids, hostile parasitic creatures which they plan to use to take over the universe. The gameplay focuses on exploration, with the player searching for power-ups to reach previously inaccessible areas. The remake adds items, additional areas, mini-bosses, difficulty levels, and a rewritten story that explores Samus's past. I never really played the NES original back in the day. I didn't even really play the Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo. I had my cousin did have Super Metroid. He played it, loved it, but I never really. I saw him playing it. I played bits and pieces of it, but I never owned or played it as a Super Nintendo game back in the day. Which is really odd, especially when I got Metroid Fusion on the GBA as my first Metroid game, which I loved to death. One of my favorite Metroids of all time, 100% hands down. Probably Fusion, then Dread, overall when it comes to the Metroid series, into the side-scrolling component of Metroid. But we'll see where this one lines up, because I really did enjoy playing it, and I think it's got some really great qualities, graphics, gameplay. There's a lot of different things that I can get into, but we'll jump into graphics. This is a really nice looking game on the Game Boy Advance, or the GBA, which I'll call it from now on. Not as nice as Fusion, in my opinion, but I think it might be on the same engine used for Fusion. But yeah, this was a remaster of the NES original. So there's little things you can see throughout that are kind of play on that, or you can see like the creatures and stuff like that. I'll go into detail a little bit later, but there's nothing to complain about. It does look really great. The boss battles look fantastic. The effects per power-up are very cool looking, really nice. The new cutscenes introduced throughout the game are awesome. Picture-based animations keep the game old school. Even, this did come out in 2004, but it looked great with those slight upgrades from something from the 80s. I love the look of each zone. You understand where you are. You understand your surroundings by the walls, the floor. Each zone has something different. There could be moss growing on the sides, or really cool acid type water in the ground. It's great. They all look awesome. Each mob in different zones, sometimes they'll have different abilities. One might look green at one point, red in a different area. But they change up. There's certain ones that come out of tunnels that try to attack you. They look cool too. The bullets are slow if they're shooting at you or if they're flying towards you, so it gives you time to move around. Graphically, they all look cool. The bosses look awesome. Great animations for the bosses and the mini bosses. So yeah, really not much to complain about when it comes to how good the game can look with the characters. Some of the mobs do have a bit of an old school Nintendo style to them, but maybe they wanted to keep that as they were from the original Nintendo game. So yeah. On to gameplay. Short and sweet. The game isn't that long, as it is a remake, as I mentioned earlier, but don't let that put you off. That kind of makes it more appealing for a quick session. You're making progress every time you play. Whereas some of these new ones, they can kind of drag on a bit. Well, you might be stuck in a certain area for too long, but this just moves more quickly. You find more power-ups faster as you play. The power-ups are also cool, and that's what makes a Metroid game into a Metroidvania style game. You get a new ability and you're going back through areas to find where you can use it. Sometimes it's right in your face, and other times you might need to be searching around and shooting different areas that just look suspicious, and then bang, you find your new way through. What's awesome in these games is that while you are going back, you'll run into enemies. And those enemies might have been hard when you first fought them, but if you've got a new power-up, you might have missiles, you might have the ice gun, you just obliterate them. And I love that. It's so satisfying. It makes going back not as scary, it's actually rewarding. So yeah, I really like that. And to me, this is a great introduction to the side-scrolling Metroids. So it does hold up really well today, and I really think it's worth a shot, worth a play. Onto the sound. It's mint. Music in each zone is really cool, fits the atmospheric area. I do say that Fusion does a sound and atmospheric kind of feel to it a little bit better. I used to play the GBA one with my headphones on. I loved it. It was so good. That was, most of the areas were, sometimes it wasn't even music and all you could hear was the footsteps from Samus, or when Dark Samus would appear, you would just see her walk across the screen, stop. Freaking cool as. The mobs, the explosions, Samus' arm cannon, all sweet as. Satisfying hits when you're fighting a boss, or that first time you use a new weapon, and the sound effect is, that crystally sound when you shoot the ice missile. So awesome. So cool. Alright, onto the verdict. Do I wish I played this? It's kind of like, it is a yes, but it's not a solid yes. I don't feel like I missed out, as I played Fusion over and over on the GBA. Like, I loved it. Being very similar in style, I don't feel like I missed out too badly. I played everything after that. Played Metroid M, other M. I played Metroid Primes. I loved all of them. So missing out on it does suck a little bit, but it's always cool to be able to replay and revisit these classics. I never really played the NES one, so it does feel nice playing this one with the upgraded graphics and style on my Switch currently. So that was really cool to be able to do that. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe. Don't forget, in gaming you can always respawn and replay. See you next time.